Today is Sunday, October 23rd, and we are delighted to have Bishop Jean Kapenda here with us. And this is the first time Jean and I have seen each other in 20 years. And what a sweet, sweet, wonderful blessing to have him here today. And I would like to ask you, Jean, to say what you remember of many years ago when you and I first met.
I remember it was soon after my birthday, my 24th birthday, in a town called Stein am Rhein. I was going to Zurich, and I was waiting for my train with a friend of mine from Congo, and we were speaking French, and then we had two beautiful women coming to see us, and one of them said, "Vous parlez français? Do you speak French?" And I said, "Yes. However, here's my train coming, and I don't have time to talk to you." And they said, "Oh no, we are taking the same train." And then we boarded the same train. They were going halfway from where I was going. I was going to Zurich, and they were heading to Winterthur. And then when we were in the train, and they introduced themselves they spoke about their church. And I just said, "Okay, before you teach me your gospel, I have some questions to ask you, and I'd like to know if we would agree on some fundamental principles which are very dear to me." And then I asked them the first question. I say, "Okay, do you believe in God, the Father, that He is a man as I am a man? He's a man as well. And He's got a body of flesh and bone." And they say, "Yes, we do. Do you believe in Jesus, that after His resurrection, He went up and He went with His body, and He still has that body? Do you believe in that?" I say, "Yes, we do." Then third question, "Do you believe in the Holy Ghost, that He doesn't have a body of flesh and bone?" And they say, "Yes, we do." Fourth question, "Do you believe in angels?" Because I have had some experience before which are so sacred that I would not share that I don't share with everybody. And they said, "Yes, we believe in angels, and our prophet saw an angel." And I said, "Okay." I said to myself that this might be interesting. Then the conversation lasted like 20 minutes or 25 minutes, and they were arriving to their destination. And then they gave me, they asked me if I could come to their church the next day, which was Sunday, because the day we met was Saturday on the P-Day in Switzerland. Then the next day in the morning, I was there. I arrived on time before they did. They lived like 2 blocks from the train station. So we met at the train station with Sister Roth and Sister Dombrowski, and we took a bus to the Gemeindehaus, which is the church building. And then we sat behind, and my German was very poor because I just arrived in Switzerland like 5 months ago, and I was learning Hochdeutsch, which is the good German, and people were speaking the Swiss German, and it was really strange to me, and I had troubles understanding what they were saying. So we sat behind, as we did today in the sacrament meeting at the Redlands ward stake. Then both of the sisters were translating, one after the other. They were translating the speeches for me. What was interesting is that I partook of the sacrament that day, and then after the sacrament meeting, we went to to the Sunday school, and then there were the two missionaries, the two sisters missionaries. And there were two young women, no young women, two adults, how do you say, single adults. So we were five people in that room. And Sister Dombrowski and Sister Roth had the inspiration that in that class they would let me read Joseph Smith history. And they opened the book. I said, okay, can you read this? Then I started reading Joseph Smith's history. And while I was reading, the experience that he had with Angel Moroni, then I had a feeling or an impression that I think I had never had that in my whole life before that. Is that I had like a river of water flowing from my head to my feet and backward or upward from my feet to my head. And I'm the kind of person who doesn't cry. I try not to cry, but I was not crying, but I had tears. I had my eyes watering, and I had tears running down my cheeks, and I knew that Joseph Smith was the prophet of restoration. And it took me less than 24 hours, of course, to have that testimony. Because the time we met in Winter Tour, I think it was like 11 p.m. 11 a.m. on Saturday. And on Sunday, we were having that Sunday school before 11 a.m. And I had that testimony, and I knew that Joseph Smith was a prophet of restoration. Then they asked me, okay, what do you think about this? Would you like to be baptized? And they challenged me to be baptized the very first day. Then I said, no, I don't need to be baptized. I'm already a member of your church. Just, I'm on board. And they said, no, we have to explain this a little bit. And then they were, I was living in Zurich. I had my head, when I switched languages, temporary work in a restaurant. I was working with an Italian chef as Küchenhilfe. Küchenhilfe means kitchen assistant or kitchen help. Anyway, I learned how to make Italian dishes, and I had free food. And then the missionaries, we had several elders serving in Zurich, and the sisters had a special permission from the mission president to cross the border and go and teach in Zurich. So President Harris authorized them to go and see me and teach me. So they would show up. They would show up every day, not every day, at least 3 times a week. They would show up at a time where I was going to be released from my work, because we worked till in the morning. Worked till 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock was busy, with people coming in to eat, since it was a famous restaurant. And then at 2:30 I was almost free. And then when they came, and my boss would say, "Oh, Jean, there are 2 ladies looking for you." And then we would go upstairs, because upstairs I had a room where I would sleep, and then we had all the workers in that restaurant. We shared the same kitchen. So we would go to the kitchen, remember, upstairs. So we go to the kitchen, and then we would have that discussion. And those years, missionaries did not have videos, so they would carry those machines, film projectors, and then they would project the film on the wall. So, and then it was a nice experience. Then I had several questions. and they were able to answer most of my questions.